welcome back to episode 6 of Pawns and Patrons, the Dark of Swamp Duday. We just saw our fearless heroes sallying forth from the gates of the city great, heading in the direction of Swamp Duday itself. And we also saw an individual with a bushy handlebar mustache and an eye patch following them with a crew of companions of his own. And I'm just now writing their names down. Yep, cool. So, Strej, I remember us talking about that you had found, or that you knew of a village in Swamp Duday. Do you remember this?
Yes.
Do you remember the name of the village?
I have it somewhere. I have so many notes. I think it's in my other deck.
It's called Blabutans.
Oh, I see it now. Okay, I got it. Yeah.
There you go.
Knows the city of Blavutant and Frogwurst.
Yes, you know an individual of the city named Frogwurst, though I hear that relations between you and Frogwurst are strained because of the death of Froge.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah. So, do you know the way from the city great to Blabutan?
I think I would, yeah. I think I would.
Now, as you are like walking further away, did I get quiet again?
No, not really.
Might be just me. Maybe I just want to hear Steven's melodious voice even louder.
Just full volume Steven melody.
Mm-hmm.
I bumped up just a little bit, so hopefully that'll be a little bit better.
Great.
Yeah, awesome. So as the 12 of you set out, incidentally, have you come up with a name for your mule?
Muletta.
Muletta. All right. Let's
not one of the party's names, some sort of permutation. That's been the tradition.
Haven't we covered everybody though?
We haven't covered chat. What if we could put chat in the name? Chattanooga.
Sure, Chattanooga.
Now what I'm drinking.
That is excellent. Let's see.
But the next one is Muletta, FYI. I kind of like the name.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't. I mean, we can call it Muletta. I'm sorry.
No. It's Chattanooga, but her brother that stayed behind and can still be bought is somehow it's a guy, but his name is Muletta.
Okay.
Excellent. All right. Well, here's your Muletta on the token layer.
Chattanooga.
Chattanooga. Excellent. Save sex.
That's one of those words that when you Americanize it, you miss like a few letters. Chattanooga.
Chattanooga. Excellent. So yeah, as you are leaving, and sort of like about the time that the walls of the city are like truly in the distance, still within sight, you haven't like crested any hills that block them or anything like that. You hear like someone call out behind you, "Oi, you lot!"
Oi, you person.
Yeah, you turn around and there are 2, 4, 6, 7 people standing behind you, led by the man with eye patch and bushy handlebar mustaches. He steps forwards and he says, "You're all very new to the city great, aren't you?"
Are they wearing any like patches or uniforms to identify them?
Well, one of them is wearing a patch over an eye, but that's the only patch that you see.
Oh, okay.
Other than that, like all of them are bristling with weaponry. Like they have like clubs and daggers, and one of them's got a scimitar, and one of them's got a short sword, and one of them like has a large scabbard across his back that's empty, and also has like a sling And that one in particular, he looks over at D and he says, hey, boss, she's got me sword. She's got sticker.
What? Me? No.
Yeah, that's sticker, see? It's right there.
I hide the two-handed sword behind my back.
No. Finders keepers, that's the law.
Well, I just put it down where I was gonna come get it. Boss, they stole me sword.
Well,
And,
come and get it.
The guy with the eye
Ooh.
patch crosses his arms and says, no, listen here. We don't like thievery around these parts.
Oh.
We don't like thieves in general. I think you'd better give me friend back his sword sticker. And I think you'd better pay for the convenience of us coming all this way to get it back from you in person.
Agnes, standing quite comfortably behind her 2 level 0 proteges, goes, on whose authority?
Well, on mine. What's his name? Milba Chunder. And then another man steps up behind him and says, yeah, and mine, Deacon Chunder. And together we're, and then they say in unison, they say, the Chunder Boys. And like stand back to back and like pose like they've practiced this. Like all the men behind them like just sort of nod and like look to each other like, oh, it was a good one this time.
Look, Mibachunba and Debachaba, look, we don't need this. We have a mission, and you're going to be sorry. I do magic. They're going to use the sword on you. It's not a good idea. So just, shoo.
You should listen to the drunk lady, Chunderheads. This is not your fight.
Heads? Oi, we're the Chunder Boys, not the Chunder Heads.
She was making a joke because it's like Dunderheads. She did Dunder Boys.
No,
See? Drunk as a
Dunder
skunk and
Boys are
smarter
an
than you
entirely
boys.
different gang. I don't understand how difficult this is. We're the Chunder with a CH. Are we pronouncing this right? Does it sound like Dunder? I don't understand.
They got real Australian really fast.
Look.
Chunder down under.
Now.
The Chunder from down under.
Now, boys. We're in a very populated city. There are town guards coming around. You wouldn't want them to have to clean up your bodies and find your next of kin. It would be a mess. You also wouldn't want them to come interrupt us while we're kicking your butts and have you, on the wall of shame. So why don't we just agree that when you set something down, it ceases to be yours when you walk away, and stop your whining and pull yourself up by your britches. Put on your big boy pants. Can you do that?
Underpants. Your Dunderpants.
Agnes
Deacon
is giggling.
Deacon says, why, I ought to spread your head wide out. And then Milber says, listen, I think we can take care of this like true gentlemen, gentle ladies, and gentledoms. Why don't each of you pay us 1 coin?
Why don't you
And
suck
then
my
We'll
thumb?
let you go on your merry way. It's the price of doing business. It's the cost of entry to the city.
But we're leaving.
It's the cost of exit from the city.
Oh, so you're New Jersey.
We didn't even have to pump our own gas on the way out.
Mwah.
Yeah, glancing around at these guys, like they mean business. They have weapons. They're obviously used to using them. You could they're just guys, right? So like, if you kill one real quick, the rest of them might get a little spooked. But also they're guys with swords that do 1d8 damage.
Well, my
So-
sword does 1d10 damage, so
Oh,
I will
wow.
level it in their direction. Kind
Hey,
of
you
in
mean
both
my
hands,
sword? My sword does 1d10 damage.
kind of pointed at them, and if you want to take it, come and take it by the blade.
Damn, no.
Henley, the chicken butcher, is in like a crouch stance with their hand axe, being like,
It's like real 100% goblin mode.
yes, just like
Amazing.
thirsting for their chicken blood. Wait, they're not chickens, it's fine, but still blood.
Lurdry, the jeweler, is like fully equipped with brand new things. Like you can see it's shining because it's so new. It's never been used. And she's trying to pretend like she's like, she's done a lot of fights in her days. So she's trying to take a stance, but it's clearly the wrong stance. And she's like, yeah, come and get it.
Amazing.
This guy's all, guys, can we please just like find a way to get along? We want to go out here. There's been clearly some misunderstanding. How can you even be sure it's the same sword? Like, we've got powerful patrons backing us. You wouldn't want to mess with them. Can't we just call it a day?
Good
Yeah, he says-
point.
Oh, I know it's me sword because it's got me name inscribed on the leather of the hand on the underside.
You're literate?
You're not?
No. So
Hey,
how do I know if
hey.
you're telling the truth?
Well, it's quite simple. You bring it over to me, and I unwrap it, and then I show you. And it's
Look, this
probably
is
gonna
Dee's
say
sword, man. Like, there's been a mistake. We don't want to come to violence. We outnumber you. We got more weapons. This one does magic. Like, come on, man. This is a bad day for you. Just walk
Yeah,
away.
Milbur steps in. He says, "Listen, you're new in town. We run these parts. The runnings belong to us. If you want to get along, then you're gonna want to make nice. Now we can do this the easy way, or we can do this the hard way, or we can let you leave town and never come back. It's your choice."
Yeah, we can do that.
Or we could tell our big friends about you. We could tell Tattletale on you, and they'll make it so you never get in our way. We have powerful friends.
He laughs. He says, wait. You think because you've got some fancy patron that they're going to care about you if your body turns up in the gutter? I don't think so. That's not the way it works. Not here in Loth Pertinence, anyway. People
No.
go missing every day around here. Those patrons of yours, they get new pawns like you every day. You're nothing.
Agnes is gonna say she didn't say powerful friends. She said big friends, and then she would like to put her hand on the chicken butcher and cast enlarge.
So do you have the spell book open to the right page?
I have my spells here, and I definitely have a loud enough for you modifier. Let me open up my spell page.
Yeah, I think
Loud
it's
enough
time
for you.
to end this via magic.
Yeah, the tricky thing for every spell is that they all have this massive
Yeah.
rolling chart.
Mm-hmm. It's great.
Is this under crit 1 and fumbles?
No, you'll have to look in the
hand.
Oh, in the
Right.
big book. Sorry. Yes.
Yep.
Going to the big book.
which I
Okay,
think I
I'm
should
opening the big
do,
book.
and if you need me to send it again, I can do that.
That actually saved me some scrolling.
Flaming hands, feather fall. I'm typing zeros in chat. Enlarge. There we go. Just looking at it now, it looks like it is on page number PDF page 142.
PDF page 142.
Stretch doesn't want to fight.
Easy
Vestry doesn't want to fight.
Just gotta pay him 1 gold coin.
No,
One's
I
got
don't
that
even
kind of
have
money?
money. Yeah, like I mean, you can get 1 copper coin if they want. I got
Yeah,
that.
they only said 1 coin. They didn't say gold.
They did say only 1 coin.
Anybody got
Okay.
mud coins?
Nah.
Well, I mean, yeah, Stretch is like, I mean, I can give them a copper. I can give them a copper coin. I mean,
It says
Is-
a dangerous precedent. President.
Dangerous president. Coming in 2022.
Do we really need
Yeah,
to
this is me
find-
being an absolute genius trying to like extract a file somewhere when I know I have this. I'm sorry.
Oh, do you want to give me a spell roll?
Yeah.
I can read it to you. I have it.
Oh, that'd be delightful. You guys are so kind.
Do you want the description?
Yes.
By touching a creature or object or targeting themselves, the caster causes the target to grow in size. In this manner, ropes can become longer, doors thicker, tables heavier, swords larger, and so on. Magical objects so increased retain their original magical potency. This is not an object. Blah, 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 blah. Multiple castings of the spell do not stack, but reduce may be used to cancel it. So you roll. We have manifestation, corruption, or misfire.
Those don't matter yet. We'll roll for the manifestation when you successfully cast, and if you roll very poorly, we'll roll on a corruption. And then misfire, yeah, is what happens if you roll a 1. There's a chance for a misfire. Go ahead and roll by clicking the check box next to enlarge. And what is it that you yell at the top of your lungs when casting this spell, Agnes?
I lay hands upon the chicken gremlin and I yell, "Come forth, a chicken lord!"
Amazing. And go
Then-
ahead and click that check.
Yeah, so this is Rachel breaking everything today because that check does not work. Is that a 1d10 spell?
It's 1d20 plus 2.
Ha! It's a 1.
No,
I just-
okay. You wrote 1 do 20 plus 2. Delete the O and try again.
I was like, that's bad.
So you roll a 12. Well, very well.
Plus 2.
So yeah, roll 1d4 for the manifestation of this. 3. Oh my god.
Oh no.
Oh my.
So you scream this, and then hundreds of tiny miniature workmen appear and chop apart. What's the chicken person's
Henley.
name? Henley, chop apart Henley's body and rebuild Henley into a larger sized version of Henley.
Agnes is super freaked out by this, but pretending that she's not. She's like, yeah, that's how the spell works. That's normal.
The target increases in size and mass by 10%.
10%.
It becomes visibly larger and potentially intimidating, but not enough to confer statistical bonuses. Depending on the situation, this may be enough to reach a ledge that was previously out of reach or otherwise pass some barrier. Armor and equipment worn by the target are similarly enlarged.
Does that mean
So-
that my axe now does more damage?
No,
Lame.
not with a result of 12. So
Aw.
Henley, you just grow like you basically just do this. And I think that the Chunder Bros like look at each other and look back to you, and they go, "What are you, some kind of wizard's apprentice? Hey, go teach him a lesson."
Oh, no. Stop now. We will not be fighting. And then Stretch the Day casts sleep.
What?
Yeah.
Go ahead, click.
Oh, God. That was my only idea to avoid this. So I just click it?
So on your character sheet, you've got an entry for sleep, and then there's a
Yeah.
column that says check, and there's a little
yeah.
box with a number. Click that box. Should work, unless you're Rachel.
18.
18. Damn. All right.
And I have a mercurial effect too. There's a rush of wind that has 50% chance of, I don't know, shutting up fire sources.
Oh, okay, cool.
Mm.
Yeah, so when you cast it, there's just this rushing wind that
Yeah.
whips across the plains.
Very cool.
Mhm.
And please roll 1d4 for what the
18.
manifestation
Oh. Uh-huh.
It's so cool that they asked for
3.
that so that there's like
Yeah.
a difference in every spell
Yeah.
cast.
Yep, spells are really weird
I love it.
dramatically unusual in Dungeon Crawl Classics. It's fantastic. So soft white clouds engulf the target's heads, and you rolled an 18. Up to 3 targets within range must save or fall asleep for 1d4 hours. Targets can be awakened through normal means. When casting the spell, you must specify an interrupt condition which automatically awakens the target. For example, being kissed by a prince, smelling the fragrance of a rose, or hearing the clock strike midnight. You must possess the material components related to the interrupt conditions. So
you could do like being kissed by a frog.
I was gonna say that. Yeah, it is being kissed by a frog or frog lineage.
fantastic.
That is too good.
Who is it that you put asleep?
The leader.
The Chunder Bros?
I have 3 people, right? Yeah,
Yes.
the bros and the leader.
Okay, so Deacon and Milber. Milber is the leader of the group, and then the individual who's asserting the right to the sword. Is that the right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So, Milber
And I
Deacon-
scream out. I scream out something as I do it. I'm like, may the essence of life leave your body, and may you only awaken once your friends have left you behind. You will awaken in 1 to 4 hours. If your
Yeah, so
friend
there's-
stays, you will die violent deaths.
these clouds, soft white fluffy clouds, swoop in on these winds and coalesce around the head of Milber, Deacon, and Sword. And the 3 of them just slump into a collapsed heap, thwomp. Milber goes, and the other 4 who are left, like, awake, sort of like look at each other, look at them, and then they just sort of like, they obviously don't know what to do. They all take like a step backwards, but they don't want to leave their friends.
If you do not leave, they will die a violent death. So says the spell of the frog.
Dee will step
one
forward
of-
with the two-handed sword and make a menacing backup gesture.
One of them in the back with long white hair says, "Whoa, hey, listen, I think the Chunder Boys, they've overstepped. Clearly you are welcome to the town, and we are so happy to have good, upstanding, and economy-boosting citizens like yourself in the neighborhood. It's been great to meet you. Really, have a lovely day."
Thank you very much. I wish you a good day as well, says Lerdrui, that just bought a lot of things from the town. Indeed, I spent 20 gold pieces today.
As they leave, 10% larger Henley tries to run after them with their axe, but gets held back by various other people.
Yeah. They back off and sort of scatter in multiple directions, avoiding 10% larger Henley. And yeah.
Can we take the weapons of the sleepy ones?
Yes.
So, I think that if
They
you
would drive them,
if
or-
you try to rob the sleeping individuals here, you're gonna get yourself in more trouble. So like you can get away
okay.
cleanly now if you want to.
Okay.
But the other 4 are willing to let you just go, but I don't think they'd be
okay.
willing to let you rob their leader while
Okay.
they're standing
All
guard.
right, we'll just walk
you could-
away.
You could probably get away with it, but these are the consequences.
No. Okay, I don't want to rob them. It's all right. Let's just move on. Stretch
and
is like,
just
no
thought
fight, no fight, no fight.
And just so everybody is aware, in Dungeon Crawl Classics, you don't spend spell slots to cast spells. If you roll low on your roll to cast a spell, then you forget the spell for the day. So like, you can keep casting Sleep, you can keep casting Enlarge until you end up rolling the result that says you've lost the spell.
So basically, everyone but Anna can cast their spells more than once. Because
Yes.
Anna will roll a 1 and lose
Right.
her spell.
Yeah. Rachel can't roll, Anna can't
I can't
roll
roll
more
at
than
all.
1, so
Yeah. So Jen, you do the magic.
You guys carry. You got this.
All right, cool.
The Chunder Boys scatter, and as you depart over the hill, you see them sort of like trying to shake their comrades awake and carrying them back towards the town.
Ah.
I scream out as they walk away. A kiss of a frog will wake them up.
Awesome.
Should have
No,
said a frog's kiss gives you bliss. It sounds better.
For next time.
Yeah.
Now, your like the rest of the day passes uneventfully. You manage to make your way along the roads. I imagine that there are like small villages or like farming settlements that are dotting along this road. There is a road that leads over to the next. I'm checking my volume and everything. Nothing has changed. It's so strange, but I see that I'm not being picked up as much as possible. Let me just see if I'm like auto adjust. Weird.
I guess Henley shrinks back down again because the duration is only 1 turn per caster level. So he's like, "Arr."
I think a turn might be 10 minutes.
Oh, well then, for 10 minutes, he remained large.
Yeah.
Henry's Henley's non-binary, so they.
Excuse me, they.
Yep.
Henley is very much enjoying this, though. They're kind of
Enjoying
strutting
being
around.
Slightly larger than usual.
I can't figure out whether Henley. I think all my characters were human. I think Henley's human.
It should be on the character sheet under the 3rd tab.
Yeah, that's where I was looking, but
Henley. Attributes and abilities. Heritage is human.
Oh, heritage. There it is. Okay.
Heritage. All right. Well, we'll have to. I don't know. Something very strange is going on with my audio settings these days. I'll have to look into that.
It's probably your beard. It's catching all the sound.
Just
Ah.
over here.
Yeah.
You can just there.
So jealous.
Much better. Yeah. So as you travel along this road, this is a fairly well-traveled track. Let me see. You're actually journeying towards another country, I think. Geography and politics. Yes. It's Mordland to the southeast is the Frog Kingdom with a great many knights. And so I think there's probably like a main thoroughfare between Lothpertinence and Mordland. And Swamp Duday rests on the border between the two countries. Blabuton is one of the one of those small farming or fishing settlements that is just sort of like an outlier for some larger settlement further inland. So it's not on the main path. Have you been to Blabuton, Strej? Wait, Froj?
I think so. I think that the frog kingdoms and cousins and lineage tends to visit each other. I actually think that once per year we like to unite at a different swamp or pond and have a swamp BQ. I don't know, a celebration. We gather a lot of insects.
A swamp romp?
Yeah, exactly. A swamp romp. Everybody brings insects from their own ponds and swamps and whatever, and then we gather them all up. We mush them all into like this big pile, and then we just let it, kind of stew in this the celebratory swamp, and then we all eat from the same blob. It's amazing.
That sounds great. I love hearing about the frog culture.
Yep.
Awesome. Wonderful. Now,
sorry.
I think the challenge here is that because Blabuton is such a small and insignificant, out of the way village, it's like the only village in Swamp Dudet specifically. Like in actuality, the frog kingdom of Mordland, most frogs don't live in swamps. They mostly live in fairly like marshy lands, but not literally in the swamp.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
So swamp is like OG type of.
Yeah, it's like a more traditional way of
exactly.
that
Yeah.
modern Frosias occasionally tend to reject in favor of modern comforts. And so the problem is that the primary path leading to Blabuton is sometimes quite difficult to see, or has even shifted or been washed away.
Oh, and I haven't been there for a long time. Like, since we change spots every year, it's been like,
okay. So you're kind of like going by memory, but not super well educated about this. Yeah. That makes sense. Let me look at your character sheet and see if there's something that would make sense to roll to see like how well you find these paths. And you were a jester. Are you leading the party, Strej? Do you present yourself as like the ultimate authority in how to find this location?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Go ahead and roll 1d10 to see like your like pathfinding capabilities, basically. Oh, a 9.
Yeah, like good memory. I remember the smell of the swamp is inspiring me.
Yeah. First of all, it's been a full day, so like there are a couple of small like farmlands and one major inn along this road. Did y'all camp outside? Did you try to like beg for barn space from someone? Did you try to purchase lodging at this inn? What's the plan?
12 of us?
Yeah. Plus a handful of animals.
We really should have thought to bring like camp supplies, like tents and stuff.
Well, look how fancy you are being able to afford camp supplies like tents and stuff.
Yeah. How does one have the money to purchase camp supplies?
I'm just saying, if our patrons we would have asked them, they probably would have given us some.
Yeah, that's smart, actually.
Yeah, that might have worked out.
Yeah.
Well, like, this inn is probably pretty chill. If they got a barn, we got animals, like, I'm sure we can work something out. I can talk to the proprietor, like, totally get us all set up. You know?
I like animals.
You could always work for our room and board.
Take on a second job?
You could wash some dishes or brush some horses, and we could all rest here.
You meant like put on an apron, work here for a week. I get, no, what you're saying makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
You're trying to get in good with like this inn?
Yeah, maybe the inn will like, they got a barn for the animals, right? Can we like crash at their barn? Snuggle under some hay?
Yeah,
I'll talk to the proprietor.
Yeah, the proprietor, a middle-aged woman with like bright red hair that has streaks of gray like running through it. It's tied up in a bun right now. She has like fairly well-built arms. It's obvious that she does a lot of physical labor around the inn and like probably lots of manipulating of heavy casks of ale and joints of meat and stuff like that. She looks like she means business, and she's obviously got a cudgel at her waist. She looks like she can take care of herself. She sees the 12 of you approaching through the doorway of the inn, and she steps out. There's like probably a handful of other travelers that you can see inside. Some of them look better off, and some of them look more like commoners. Probably your expectation would be that the 12 of you would be sleeping in a common room, is like the standard way that a large group of people would stay at an inn. Yeah, and she nods in your direction, and she says, you just like ask for lodging. Is that the
hey, redheaded Hercules, how you doing? Me and my buddies were all traveling down the road, saw your excellent inn and barn, and we were hoping that maybe we could wash some dishes or something, get your permission to spend a night in the barn. I know we look like a menacing traveling group, but I promise we're just like on the road, point A to point B. You're in the middle, point A and a half, So like, what could we do for you, my red and gray-haired beautiful lady, that would allow us to hang in your barn for the night and like cause no trouble, but like stay out of the rain and bad weather?
First of all, the name's Hiscules, not Hercules. Thank you. Second of all, this is a reputable business, and I have a reputation to maintain. So, you're gonna have to pay, because that's the way it works. I can't just let you stay for free. Fortunately, it's a very reasonable price. I need a silver coin for each of you.
That's like totally understandable and 100% reasonable. And if we could pay those prices, you just know we would do it in a heartbeat. But like, just went to town and the nobles like took all of our money and then like turned us around and like sent us off on some ridiculous mission to go get some stuff from a swamp. And like, when we come back, we're actually gonna have a bunch of money. And just between you and me, like, we don't really care about giving it to the... I look around, make sure there's no one else nearby. We don't really care about paying the nobles what they need. So we'd be happy to, like, on our way back, stop and give you, like, 2 silver a person. If you're willing to, like, make an upfront business investment into our adventure.
She says, let me get this straight. You're running from the city because you run afoul of some nobles who you probably owe more money to than you're trying to scam.
Whoa!
And you're aiming for getting free room and board, probably some free food and ale and meal. And you're telling me you're gonna pay me back when you come. I'll tell you what, honey. You come back through and you pay me 2 silver coins. I'll put you on a tab. Next time you can stay for free.
Wait, so we pay you 2 silver coins when we come back because we're on a tab, right?
You don't get to stay for free tonight. You come back, you can stay, and then the next time I'll let you pay me in advance, and then I'll let you stay for free.
Okay.
That's the
Well,
way this works.
I'm broke. Can we work it off? Like, there's got to be a hole you need dug, a new latrine that needs to be covered, like move a barn or something, massage an animal. You know what?
Barn.
Do you need a massage? We've got some people with amazingly strong hands over here, or if you like something a little bit smoother, we got a frog in tow. That could be a really nice massage. Is there something else we could maybe set up here? I could offer you like one of the boys or girls behind me. I'm sure we could offer you up or something.
What?
Listen.
All my girls
No,
scatter.
not like that. Oh my God, no, not like. No. Help
you're
around the
all
kitchen and the inn. Oh man,
very
guys.
accomplished carpenters and hole diggers and boy and girl beers. I don't know what that's all about.
We got like Coopers. We got like you got some chickens that you need to make into a stew. We got a chicken killer
the
right
only
here.
thing that would significantly aid my enterprise this evening is if one of you was some kind of competent entertainer. But looking at the group of you, I don't see it. So
no.
get
Excuse me. Excuse me, Stretch, like whips something. I don't know how, but somehow he still has his silk clothes and somehow, as this whole thing was happening, he changed into them. They're really nice looking.
He was like in the back, just like.
Yeah. And then he pushes people away and he's like, "Excuse me, I am Slash today, the jester of the royal frog family." There's no royal frog family, but people don't know that. The great jester of the whispering cow. I come bearing many songs.
She says, "Oh my, well, that certainly changes things. You said you are Strej Dudet."
Yes, indeed. In flesh and...
Of the royal Dudets.
Yes.
Wow, that sure is fancy. Not just a jester, but a noble too.
I like, perk up my... I don't know, I have a silk bow or something around my neck. It's like ridiculous outfit, yeah.
Yeah, she says, come here. You've heard about the troubles in the swamp, haven't you?
Yes, I did, and this is why I am here. To save
Oh my God, you're gonna take care of all of those leeches? Well, good for you. It's been a while since the king sent his men to the swamp. I'm glad someone's taken an interest, even if it had to be someone from the city. Now, you said you're a jester too. Well, I'll tell you what, you get that group in there clapping and I'll let you and your friends stay. You can stay in a room, the rest of them are sleeping in the commons.
That sounds wonderful and very, very normal.
Well, all right, come on in then. Let's get you settled. What do you need? A stool or something?
Yeah.
Got a big spotlight, disco ball.
Yeah, I'll take it all.
Very well. We'll set the whole shebang up. Yeah, awesome. How do you entertain the crowd, Strej?
I sing them the tales of her adventures, I start, like, there's a lot of them. I don't think I need to sing all of them, but if you need me to, I can do one.
Yes,
so there's
I do need to do one.
So there is, like, the first one, which is the classic, is the Tale of Froj Dudet. Then there's the second part, which is the Mighty Redre, when she slain the Lord of Chaos. Then the third part is I don't know what happened. There was the Natush in it. Yeah, it's the second time we saw Froj. Yes, the Vine version of Froj Dudet was the third song.
Yes.
Yep, and I actually have a new one, but I can't sing it because Anwar promised that it's only for Anwar.
Yeah.
So yeah, which song do you want me to sing?
Did we hear the Vine song of Vine Froj?
I don't know. So let's do that one then,
Yeah.
in case people don't remember. All right. So Strej, I just want to say, Strej starts with the first one, which is about Froj Dudet. Not dead. He dies in the first one. And then in the second one is Redre and the Lord of Chaos. And then the third one is the one I'm about to sing now. So people are primed up already.
Yes.
This is the third song of the night.
Now that you've been entertaining for a little while, actually a couple more travelers have stopped in as the evening has grown deeper. Some of them are a little wealthier, and one of them leaves 5 copper in the mug that you set out at the base.
Oh, should I add that to my character sheet?
Absolutely.
Oh,
you should.
yeah, nice. For once.
This one with who leaves the copper in your tin has a big jaunty purple hat.
Yeah, I wave my fancy hat back at him because I'm wearing my silk clothes with my silk bow and I don't know, I have a silk hat. Everything is out of silk. Yeah, 100%. I have my silk underwear. Everything is silky. Okay, so dum da dum da dum da dum da dum da dum da dum. By the way, it's always the same song every time. It's just the lyrics.
Jin Kaiko in my chat was already writing da dum da dum.
Let me tell you the tale. Hey, yeah, detail. You know it. Yes, the third one. Detail in great detail. The tale of the frosh. Hey! The tale of the fine version of frosh today. Frosh blank stare lustrage in his eyes. That's me. Beware, beware, do the touches the wise. No shame, backstabbed to Froge's surprise. Beware, beware the Froge's demise. I just told you detail. Hey, detail in great detail. Detail of the Froge. Hey, the tale of the twice dead Froge do they. And then I have a little tear. Twice dead.
There's not a dry eye in the house.
Aw.
Like, men are weeping, women are gnashing their teeth. There's like flowers that get thrown at you. The disco ball is sending sparkles all around the room. The night draws very late.
Oh, wait, when Froge was singing the final one, after Evelyn noticed that people were putting money in, she comes around with a cup, her and Fiona, like collecting donations as if they were for Froge.
Okay, awesome. Froge, like, you're a performer. This is a performance. We should have you roll, just like roll 1d20, and let's see how well you do.
Oh God, I hope it was good.
Ooh. So Froge performed excellently. It's just that like the audience is poor, right? So like they were well entertained, but they didn't have enough extra cash to chip in much. So I think in total net gain of 5 copper pieces to Froge and 1 copper piece to Donatouche in Froge's honor.
Fun though, because Donatouche is in the song, so.
Yes.
She is not there though, so Fiona collects this on her behalf.
Who is it? Fiona?
Fiona and Evelyn are my 2 zeros.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. Yeah, Fiona and Evelyn come away with 1 copper piece. So the evening progresses and night falls and it grows quite late. It's probably 11 or midnight, something like that. And everybody is settling down, heading to the commons room to pass out. Hiscules comes over and leads Froge to his room and says, well, that was some really lovely singing. You've got a nice pair of pipes, you know. I just know that nobility shines through in your voice. And she says, it's real good to have you here. I hope you have a wonderful night. And then she...
Thank you so much, my dear. I will remember you, and this inn might be featured in one of my upcoming albums. So, you know, follow the Froge.
Oh my. Yeah, she...
What's the name of the inn? I'm gonna...
let me think. The Mincing Mule.
The Mincing Mule?
Yeah. This is the Mincing Mule. Let's see. Episode 6 notes. Yeah. Stop at the Mincing Mule, run by Hiscules. Strej sings for their lodging. Fantastic. Yeah, you all turn in and start drifting off to sleep. And Strej, as you are like drifting off to sleep on this like awkward, lumpy, straw-stuffed mattress, it's definitely better than sleeping outside in the cold and on the ground, but it's not much better. You hear like a banging on the door downstairs, and you hear someone shout, open up in the name of Snish. Bang, 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 bang.
Does any of us know who Snish is?
You hear Hiscules say, all right, I'm coming. And then you hear sort of like catch snippets of a conversation where, you ascertain that these men are working for Justikar Snish. And those of you who are from Oakwell Hamlet, remember that Justikar Snish was the lord to whom you previously owed fealty as citizens of Oakwell. And you hear, you just catch a snippet of conversation. Hiscules says, "Oh my, well, what brings the Lord's men to my inn?" And they say, "Well, we need rooms, woman." And she says, "Well, I don't have any rooms available, but you can stay in the common." And they grumble and finally say, "Oh, all right." And you hear them like clomping and settle down. And then, as everything starts quieting down again, you hear someone in the common room start singing the tale of the vine-touched Froge. And like a couple of other people join in. And then
Stretch Today comes back for an encore. He rises up from the sleep, puts back his fully silked clothing, takes out his music instrument, and he's like, "Yes!" Like fully.
You go running back downstairs to sing for everybody?
Yeah.
Amazing. We'll find out what the consequences of that are when we come back from our second break.